Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Arkham City. Let's continue. So, we have what is increasingly a large area in this museum. Although, not really too much happens in any one area. So we're moving on to the next section, where I imagine we're just gonna fight somebody. Interesting how that's just like pitch black. I imagine we're going to fight somebody and have some kind of new thing. The question can only be answered from an unusual perspective. Can you solve it? So, we have now, instead of museum pictures being shown, we have aquarium things being shown, which really does give the idea that there's... I'm just going to look, see if there's a riddle solution anywhere around here. It gives the idea that this really should have been two different areas. And yeah, it's cool to have actual fish swimming around. You don't see any of the bones in the fish, which is kind of weird. Because fish do have bones. So it seems like we're going to just blow this up. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is straight up just water behind there. Nope. I guess it is just
stay where I can see you, Batman.
Trigger for a cutscene.
You wouldn't believe the fight the old snowman put up. Still, I got what I wanted. That's all that matters. Hold still, boy.
We still don't know if these really are the undercover cops or these are just more people getting killed, so Batman doesn't have to save them.
When you're done in here, feel free to join me in the Iceberg Lounge so I can kick your ass again. Enjoy the copsicle.
So,
here, please.
We've got this guy, and at some point we're going to start climbing on these things, I guess.
Please, help me.
Cryogenic suspension. Meanwhile, we've got dead bodies in the water, so apparently touching the water at all will kill you. And really nowhere to climb upward, which
Here,
does kind of give the idea of this being...
The ice looks unstable. I need to move slowly, take my time.
So now we've got like a new ability.
please, help me.
Okay. Density scanner. So... are we just supposed to walk slow?
Here, please.
And not cross the line on the top, or what?
Hold on.
So we're gonna rescue this guy, and we're just gonna assume that he's really a cop?
You should be safe here.
Thank you.
Are you from the 13th precinct? Where's the rest of your team?
There are two more guys in this room. Penguin froze them up, then went after me. I ran and... well, I guess you saw what happened.
I'll get them. You wait here and try to warm up.
Okay. And see, that just gave us some form of XP. But we don't really have an ability to hold on to that or pull that. Like... And see, up until this point of falling in the water would just have made you, like, reset yourself. So I assume that's exactly what's happening here. That was unexpected.
Did I forget to mention my little friend down there? Me, Tiny. Who'd have thought a big fish could be so useful? that's for sure. He's like a mobile garbage truck.
Please,
Whatever I
someone,
drop in that
help me!
vanishes. Poof. Problem gone.
We also have a let's see. Over here we have something to open that I'm sure has a Riddler trophy in it. Seems like you can walk in the same place even though it's already cracked. And that solved that riddle. We're not even really giving much of a thought. Alright, blade takedown was what I was thinking about doing. I think it probably is the right move to get this upgrade right now. Then we'll have to start thinking about maybe getting shockwave attack or sonic battering. I think sonic battering might be our next pick. And so if we fight this shark, I don't know how that really wouldn't just be another experience very similar to fighting the shark character, not the shark character. What am I thinking of? I think that's stuck. The crocodile character in the first game. Let's see. Interesting. And that lets me get up here.
The undercover cops need my help. If I leave them in the ice, they'll freeze to death.
So I can't leave them yet. So we'll just take that back. So maybe what we do is we get all this destroyed in our first transversal over this, and then we'll find floating plantoons like that later. Which I guess that means this raft, I needed to knock that down like that. It's a very different kind of puzzle compared to... Oh, so you're gonna straight up die on this one too. You're not just gonna reset.
Anyone want a slightly used batsuit? I'm sure the blood will wash off.
Yeah, I keep seeing the weird kind of like voice box in Penguin's neck. Did we not get the picture? That would suck if it didn't save. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't have saved. It makes me wonder if there was something in the first game that I just don't remember happened that Batman beat up the Penguin. I don't even think we fought the Penguin though in the first game. If anything, the first game was kind of a disappointment in the small number of characters it had, and like now we're seeing slightly more characters, but I wouldn't say we're saying a ton more. Yeah. But I don't know. If you have like a Lego game,
So cold. Where did
it would.
Penguin get that gun? He stole it from Mr. Freeze. I'm getting it back.
Wow. And we did just straight up level up again, so I guess it didn't save me doing that previous thing. Alright, well then let's do Sonic Batarang instead. And at least this'll... So this would potentially... High power electric charge that can be detonated once employed. Yeah. Getting a Sonic Shock Batarang might be very useful in other places too. Right. So it does seem like we're getting some experience for everyone we save.
Stay here for now.
No problem, sir. There are more of us.
If they're still alive, I'll find them.
And the other guy just kind of disappeared.
Please, someone, help me!
That's weird. The camera spun around in circles. Right, so I guess we could talk to this guy.
Thank you, Batman.
But I think your best bet is to just come through this area first. And maybe at some point this area would all get drained. And we'd have to swing around. Maybe not. Seems kind of crazy that we have not run into any other scenario where we need to deal with Catwoman. Like, her entire story seems to have disappeared, which does make me wonder, certainly, if the whole Catwoman thing really was just a hint towards a... Okay. Okay, so Sonic Batarang doesn't seem like it's probably going to be that useful, but it does get you to that next step. And we're just getting more aquarium-like displays. Gotham ship sinks in storm. 2 men survive. And so we don't even really know if any specific area is a specific direction you're supposed to go, or if you just can wander wherever you want. I feel like there is a half man, half shark in the game, or in
They're
the
using
Batman
thermal
universe.
imaging headsets. Anyone wearing them will be able to spot me hiding up in the darkness.
Oh,
No
was
worries,
it
Mr.
dark
Cobblepot.
up
We
in
got
the
it
air?
covered. Freeze's suit is in the case. I'm looking at it now.
You better, son. Batman's on the way, and the last time I saw him, he didn't look very happy.
He's not getting past me and the boys, sir. The suit is safe.
Tell the boys there's an extra 100 grand in it for whoever brings them in alive.
Very generous, sir. Consider it done.
Okay.
Listen up. Penguin wants the bat brought in alive. There's 50 grand in it for the one who does it.
You may as well pay me now. He's
So we
mine.
have 6 armed
Not if I
guys,
spot him first. I can almost taste it.
all of
None of you
them
will get paid
wearing
if he gets past.
other
Understand?
things.
Protect the suit and
We
cover
have
the
one
doors.
guy we could try and interrogate later. We're protecting some kind of suit.
Is this what Batman's coming for?
Who knows? If it is, he ain't getting it.
Maybe one of us should put the suit on.
What?
Yeah, think about it. Freeze, Batman. I am a man in a refrigerator. Do you want ice with that? It's a plan, right?
Yeah, stupid one. Look at it, it's massive. How do you get in it? Does it come with instructions?
I wish
How
I
hard can
could
it
see
be?
the
We're both
suit.
smart.
Alright, well. Let's see what the sonic batarang will do.
Listen to me, pig. The only reason you're...
Huh? What the hell is that? It's the bat!
So that totally didn't work.
What?
Stay quiet. You'll stay safe.
We got him!
And there was me thinking it was going to be difficult.
When equipped with
Get him out
vision
of
goggles can locate the vantage points, but they need to get close to scan them. Be sure to track their movement carefully. I guess we're gonna have to get the suit to rescue Freeze more than anything. Okay, so there is a suit here. Doesn't really
Listen
seem
to me,
like
pig.
something.
The only reason you're still alive is so Batman has someone to come and save.
Yeah, and when he does, I'm gonna blow his pointy head off. Then I'm gonna have some fun with you.
Oh, get over and find out who's screaming! There's someone stuck up here! Get over here!
Alright,
What are you doing up there? Help me! Cut me down!
How's he doing this?
and so this guy's
We need
looking,
to keep looking or we're all dead.
This isn't
but
gonna
the
work, you know! We'll find you and kill you!
so they're gonna go in a kind of pattern.
This is not making me happy. It's making you lot look like fools.
But some of these like positions just are not well suited anyways for an inverted takedown, so
Oh, you want to hide in the dark? Good luck.
so like maybe I could go
It's not on that one.
and
Where is
then
it?
do this and then do this and see if maybe somebody would walk up here, but no.
Is it too much to ask that you just do your job and stop him? Tell me it's not.
So you basically have to. You have to wait until they scan.
You idiot.
True.
Someone get over there!
It's like maybe we could get this guy. And see, the game basically would need to save at this point. Like, that's what we need.
Huh?
we've got... It looks like 2 more guys, but it's kind of closer to 3 more guys.
Welcome to Club Hostage.
One of Penguin's crew has taken that cop hostage. The only way to save him is to make sure his captors don't see me.
Okay, so there's more to this now. I don't think I can do a secondary inverted takedown on a character. So, like, unless I'm supposed to... It's like, can I hang? No. Can I do that? No. I need to find some other thing I can pull off besides just hanging from the rafters. Either that, or I'm gonna have to just wait until I could convince somebody to walk under one of these rafters. And this would be a point where being terrified actually does play a role. But I don't know if this guy's gonna start scanning me and looking up here. Come on, come on, come on. Can I just not do an inverted takedown on this guy, or is he just not close enough? Two guys with guns is not that difficult. That guy just glitched around the edge of that staircase. It's not that difficult. So I think I might want to just drop down here. Let's see. See if we could stealth behind some people. There's clearly some collectibles and things. Right.
Stay still. I'll be back.
I've lost one of you idiots. Let's end it there.
And see, I'm at full health right now, and you kind of are getting full health on a lot of these. I don't think I can get an inverted takedown on this guy, though. Like, I think it's just too low. Alright. So I think your best bet is just to do this. Alright. So we'll just glide against this guy too.
What's happening in there? Have you lot stopped Batman yet? What about Freeze's suit?
So we now have this new Predator upgrade available. Let's see what that is. Alright, so that would be over here. Grapnel boost takedown, maybe? Fire grapnel gun, hold A and A for grapnel takedown. I guess that's what that was.
Over here.
Alright, let's
Batman?
Okay, so there's some
Over here.
more things we're gonna want to run around and look at, but I guess we'll deal with that later. Let's save the people first.
Hey, where are you, Batman?
So it's gonna be a cutscene, or we just talk to somebody?
I saw you clear the room. It's awesome work, man. The name's Tom Miller.
You're part of Gordon's strike team.
I don't
I've seen
know
your
if any
file.
of these characters are important characters in the comic book. They probably
yes,
aren't.
Sir.
They
Cobblepot's
probably
turned
get
this place
mentioned
into a
once,
fortress.
and that's it.
Someone ratted us out. Me and the boys got grabbed, brought here, and beaten the crap out of.
You're safe now. There are just 2 more of you unaccounted for.
Have you tried the Iceberg Lounge? Cobblepot like to take us in there to beat us up some more. If we're lucky, that's where they are.
I
Hey,
imagine
listen up.
what you could do is,
Notice Batman
if
just
you...
saved our asses. From this point on, we own this room. No one in or out.
Well, what about the little bastard that
He's
did
just
this
gonna
to
talk
us?
to these people.
I want payback.
Their faces are pretty
Grab guns,
bad.
Hold up here till Batman finds the rest of the squad, and then we get our payback on Mr. Cobblepot.
Like tattoos or
Michaels,
barcodes
grab a
on their
firearm
head.
and start a patrol. No problem. Sanchez, cover the main entrance.
His face in particular is
Let's
pretty
get out of here
bad.
in one piece, okay?
I see one of those sons of bitches, and they're dead.
We do this by the book, guys. That's what Gordon would want. We are better than these people.
Yeah. If you wanted in the DC universe to have some characters that aren't superheroes, even though Batman in most definitions really isn't a super powered individual, he still would be considered a superhero. You could introduce a series that focuses around people working for Gordon. Interesting. The dinosaurs eating a rocket. But I don't know if that's anything that would interest most people, and it probably doesn't interest really any of the actual DC staff to write stories like that. Now, these little flickers of electricity implies to me either you're going to turn on electricity at some point, or that's just there.
Great. They've got freaking rocket launchers.
Let's come down here. There's just kind of all kinds of weapons inside each of these cases.
Take a little look at this lovely piece of kit. Pull the trigger and smile as 3.5 pounds of explosives hurtles toward the sneaky little rogue who thought he could get away from me.
So yeah, they're just showing off weapons, which I'm not sure if that means that we're actually going to see these weapons or not.
This stuff stops a 9mm close range and keeps you warm in the cold.
So I wonder if it's a case that the Tiger people are actually working for using the Penguin's own equipment. And the Penguin is selling weapons to the Tiger people. We're just taking pictures everywhere, even though we don't know if there even is a yeah, it doesn't seem like that's doing anything. I don't see how you could have played this room differently. So much so that, like, blowing up this stuff and opening these paths really would have made sense.
Gordon was right. Automatic assault shotguns. The crap we get back at the station have nothing on these things. We'd be sitting ducks out there.
We have see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Grenades to flush out all the dirty little vermin that likes to hide in dark corners.
So, yeah, I wonder if this is a... I don't even think that there's anything over here. If this is just going to indicate weapons that we only are going to see very late in the game or never actually see because they're just contents that didn't actually get added to the game. Let's see. I think it's kind of pointless to open this. They've just put like 3 or 4 different secret passages on the side here. But yeah, you wouldn't have been able to
What the hell is
sneak
that?
back here.
No, it can't be. He's got some kind of military-grade communications jammer.
Yeah, this room just feels ridiculously over-designed. Unless we're going to do something else in this room at some point, which we probably are, in all fairness, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a Catwoman level.
Interference generators. At the flick of a switch, turns even the
Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of places here where you could climb on the roof as Catwoman.
Great. They've got sniper rifles, too.
And I just don't imagine that you would have ever been able to get down here. And even if you had gotten down here, I don't imagine that there would have been more than one guy that was walking in a pattern that would have let you actually catch anybody. I bet there's just no riddles at all.
check out these little beauties. State-of-the-art military hardware means no one will be able to hide in the shadows.
Notice that the skeleton is covering himself up.
Now, when you really want to surprise a sneaky little bitch that's hunting you down, use these. Nothing else surprise like a powder to a C4, blowing your legs off when you least expect it.
I guess that's what we're looking for. But we can't scan those things. This isn't adding to like some kind of weapons database or intelligence on Batman's side. So this again makes us feel very much like it's just a vertical slice experience where they would have pitched this game. And I suppose you might really need a vertical slice experience for this game, just so that one team specifically gets the go-ahead to be able to make the sequel to Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. Whereas I wouldn't be surprised if there was a different team that made a different pitch. Alright.
No sign of Freeze, just his suit. He can't survive without it. I need to find him before it's too late.
You are looking at the world's most advanced refrigerator. Stick a sickly scientist inside it, and you've got yourself Mr. Icebox himself.
So his suit, you can't put it on or anything, from the looks of it.
Who doesn't like machine guns? These little beauties fire over 100 rounds a minute, and even better, are so inaccurate you don't even need to try. Just pulling the trigger means someone in the room.
Sorry, I got bored there.
These sniper rifles can blow a single air off the head of a man at 1,000 yards.
Hmm.
Aim a little lower, and there won't even be a hair left.
Where did all this stuff come from?
So I wonder if we will start to see sniper rifle characters in the game. See, I'm really just looking for a potential achievement at this point for wandering around. Yeah, and there's nothing up here. There's no way you would have been able to drop these pterodactyls on people. So I think I've just kind of looked everywhere in this room and marked everything in this room. And now it's just move to the next room and save some more people. Notice how the physics seem to be always kind of broken in rooms as you walk in. That's an example of them turning off the physics when you leave a room. Where ideally a more modern game would have had it actually not turn off the physics until you were like 2 rooms away, and it would probably turn the physics back on so everything settles a lot nicer before you walk in to an area. Alright, well, imagine what would have happened is this would not be here if I had walked through a different area.
Hello, Batman. Can you hear me? Course you can. Thought you'd like a little entertainment to go along with the ice game. Tell him your name, son. Yeah? Screw you. Oh, this piggy's still got some life in him. Good. Let's hear him squeal. What you're hearing is the sound of an undercover cop having his fingers frozen to sub-zero temperatures. Now, I wonder what would happen if I take this hammer and... Well, what do you know? His whole bloody hand explodes.
Okay. So we went back. The ice refroze. We're now going back this direction to a different area, which, yeah, this area seems to be a side quest area for Titan formula, but I suppose that's as good as anything else. And I'll try to be a little bit more careful here. If I right now don't have a riddle popping up, then I guess I can just assume
Come on,
that we're
Batman,
fine.
we're right here.
You scared, little bat?
Okay.
Come on.
Do you need your mommy?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, you chicken or what?
So they're just taunting you as if you couldn't hack something
Come on.
at this point?
You need your mommy.
Hey,
Like-
what's he doing?
He's got some kind of computer thing.
Reptile.
Come on, Batman, we're right here.
And
How'd he do that? You said he couldn't get through.
Shut up and hit him!
see, we're now starting to see a little bit more padded characters. So B and X really just lets you get this whole beatdown that actually works very well. So I should make an effort to use that more often. And this level, more than any other location, really does have a lot of variety in its wall coatings. Have Joker's pets laugh themselves to death or just eat too much? So I assume we're gonna have some chatterboxes, maybe. It doesn't make a lot of sense that the Iceberg Lounge would be anything at all connected to a museum. It definitely more feels like this would be an aquarium and that there should be two different areas. A museum and an aquarium being connected together is not insane or anything. That definitely happens, but it typically is a thing that's split up somewhat. Like, you wouldn't go from one room being an aquarium room to one room being a dinosaur room to one room being an aquarium. And even the museum is kind of lacking in the fact that it is seemingly just hyenas. I think it was Harley Quinn that had hyenas, but I guess maybe on some occasions Joker also had that. Pause now if you want to read that.
Recognize Joker's pets? Me too. That's why I had them shot and stuffed.
This is about the only animals you see in the entire game, besides fish.
This is what happens when you try and get clever with me. Look closer. Do you want this to happen to you?
Alright, you have to hold A to run, and then if I trigger this to slide. So here we have basically the city as it's broken up. You have several different people fighting, but mostly Penguin thinks he has Penguin, Two-Face has most of that area, and this green territory in part is Poison Ivy's territory, but she's not doing much. Here we have a guy that looks like Mr. Freeze. And there's room for Harley Quinn. And there's room for Joker. And there's... I kind of wish you could just make straight up take pictures, but the pictures aren't really even that good, I imagine. Let's just do a very Batman thing, just make it look like you're not intentionally knocking down all the little chess pieces. Now, I don't know what the yellow is supposed to represent. But... or what the orange is supposed to represent.
This one's just waiting for the clown's girlfriend to show up. She'll be good for minutes of entertainment before I cut her head off.
And see, this would be a fine, more traditional Batman animated series outfit for Harley Quinn instead of the new hardcore depiction of her. Although, in all fairness, I don't know if you had just toned it down a little bit with the new outfit, if the new outfit wouldn't have kind of worked better. Like, people didn't really hate on the new Harley Quinn outfit in this game. If anything, it was just an indicator of the way the rest of the game is slightly differently animated. But I find it much more disappointing than anything that there wasn't a cartoon or anything around this.
Surely no introduction is necessary. A prize-winning cryogenic scientist pushed to the edge of sanity by a desire to help his poor dying wife, or an old man captured by me and stuck on the grill.
So here's Mr. Freeze. There is a story at one point that really just shows Mr. Freeze to be completely insane, and the story up until that point had always been that he was a scientist who went crazy trying to save his wife, but at one retelling of it is that he doesn't even know the person who is frozen. Now that's twice we've had a cutscene start with
I shall slice you into pieces.
with blowing up a door. So this is the hammer guy. So he doesn't seem to be... Alright, so he's a slashing guy.
You're not so strong.
But he doesn't really strike me as...
You defeated my brother. He was always weaker than me.
Alright, we gotta pay better attention to the counter things.
I hear you defeated my brother.
And see, this green guy, you're no way you're gonna be able to take him out last. Well, maybe.
Tell me everything you know about Riddler.
Riddler? Yeah, no problem.
Well, we got lucky there. Now, we filled most of our armor, but not all. So I'm going to do an experiment. Does that blow up? Yes, that does. So these bigger barrels are explosive barrels. Very video gamey. Yeah, it definitely feels like we're going to end up... I guess we just have everything somewhat tagged now, so... Yeah, it definitely feels like we're going to end up just getting that extra bit of information, that extra Mr. Freeze technology added to our outfit. Let's see, what is this? Those are the two armed people. Subject out of view. Subject out of view. Brothers in arms, brothers at war. Who's right, who's left? The Abramovic Twins. I've never heard of these characters, but, I mean, they could have easily been characters in the comic books. They don't seemingly add too much to the game. This is a sequence right in this square footage that really is a problem, because you spend a lot of time doing this, and then you're going to come over here and you're going to do this, and then you're going to have to blow this up, and it's just a lot of things to have to do in general. On top of which, then you come over here, and I don't think Mr. Freeze is really going to want to fight us. But maybe he will. Maybe he'll turn out to be a bad guy as much as the next bad guy. Micro wave. Wow. Like, I could see him getting back his suit and taking over a section, and then Freeze characters being big pains.
Joker's cure. Where is it?
Forget the clown. I want Cobblepot. He has my suit, my weapons. I'll end him for what he's done to me.
Penguin's mine. You need to stay focused on that cure, or innocent people will die.
You don't understand. I cannot complete my work without it. I must have it. Everything depends on it. Everything.
What is he talking about?
Penguin is protecting himself with your ice gun. How do I get past it?
Do I look like a fool? Why would I tell you that?
Because if I can't get past it, I won't help you get your suit. Think about it, Victor. You don't look well. If you're gone, what will happen to Nora?
Leave my wife out of this, Batman.
So his ears have like totally frozen off.
Fool you. We are not friends.
Today is not a good day to push me, Victor.
Stop! There's a security override chip I built into the suit to stop anyone using my weapons against me.
How did that work out for you?
Why don't you go get the security override and figure out a way to stop him yourself?
It's been a pleasure, Victor.
See, once again, this
Keep
is
thinking
Batman
about
being
the
a
cure.
jerk.
I'll get you your suit back.
That's not a bad redesign. It's showing too much of his stomach for really, but like if he had been in a kind of in a smaller t-shirt, like wife beater for lack of a better term, or a scuba diving like suit, like that would have been something that would have been, I guess, a little bit more closely aligned, because now you've established this idea that characters can be shirtless, so why aren't half of the prisoners shirtless, other than the fact that it's snowing, I guess, outside? Maybe it's just too cold.
It looks like the ice is beginning to thaw.
Alright. That seems like that helped me a lot. It also feels like the visuals, because of the water, is way worse in this sequence. Like, these graphics look terrible. All I'm gonna do is try and triangulate myself. so that we can just zigzag our way. Then use that to get up there. And then we'll run back this way. Since we probably know where all the collectibles are, we don't have to be particularly too interested in much else. I guess maybe I did miss a Riddler trophy in that room. Whatever. I mean, you're gonna have to come back to these areas later anyways. A security override chip, though, is not going to be enough. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Well, I did see that as a riddle. I don't understand. Did I not get a picture of that one? Isn't it down here? See, probably shouldn't grab a ledge without having to press a button.
Got freaking rocket launchers.
That's not it. This is another area that could easily flood. Okay, we saw see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil display case, but I couldn't really remember where it is. Alright, here it is. Subject out of view. Oh, I wonder how many times I've done that where yeah, I wonder how many times I've just been slightly off and not even been paying enough attention. Pause now if you want to read this, I guess. That could have happened a lot of times, actually. So, probably not worth my effort to just try and do a full 360 to see if it will give me any feedback if I'm just so zoned out that I'm not even paying attention to what the screen says.
Unfortunately.
Oh, what are you doing?
The
When I
suit,
leave here, wait
as it
10
looks.
minutes. Then get this over to Freeze. He won't be dangerous.
No problem, Batman.
Oh yeah, how is he gonna get to Freeze over that that water section? And I imagine this is just going to be another memory chip. They all seem to just be these little memory chips. Disruptor freeze override used to remotely disable custom designed freeze gun weaponry must be activated in close proximity of the target. So it seems like it's just a button. If the water leaks and the bottom parts of these were flooded, I would assume it's not fully flooded. I would assume it's going to be just a little bit of water on the floor, and that'll open up another area. And see, here's that glitch with the physics being wonky. There's 2 more riddles. Do we have 2 more riddles marked on the map? Not really. And then there's like 10 more trophies. Do we have 10 trophies marked on the map? No. We also still have like 4 whatever those other stars are. So clearly we'll have to come back to this area at some point. I don't know why you'd have a giant octopus design. Like, a lot of this does not make sense. Like, usually you would expect museums and aquariums to be things for kids. I don't see anything here that screams, oh, a kid would want to be in this world. In a lot of ways, I guess that is kind of a statement about Gotham in general, as it is just this incredibly always dark, always dirty, half New York, half Chicago environment that's in no way feels like it actually could sustain a civilization, because it's just always under massive threat from crime. Although I guess in the DC universe, and true in the Marvel universe too, you are just kind of constantly getting attacked by supervillains no matter what. Alright. Is there... It's like a frozen Riddler trophy. Would there be a way I could pull myself? So I wonder if that was supposed to happen every time we get close to that area? Or what? See, the danger here would be to try and jump over it and just hope that there was water. Actually, shouldn't have pulled myself that far away. Alright, well, let's come over here. Yeah. Okay, that one's already tagged. I don't see a way you collect that without being able to hold on to the rings and jump from ring to ring, which we don't have that ability yet, or the water draining, or you getting some kind of freeze gun that can turn the water into ice. I don't know if the game really works if we could do that. It's like, obviously we haven't done any of the side missions. If you start to think about it, like, unless you could freeze the ice in this ocean but then it thawed really fast, or you could freeze this but then you got shot by the tiger security guards, I don't think they would want you to be able to walk in these far distances where there is water. Meanwhile, these other locations that have water are kind of non-consequential, so having a freeze gun to freeze water past, at least for the overworld, doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, well, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna have a big fight, I imagine, with Cobblepot. We haven't introduced any new character, which I think is a little surprising, because you would have thought at that point we would have seen a new outfit for Mr. Freeze, but maybe not. Or at least some new bit of information. We are still slowly making progress as far as the Arkham City stories, as far as upgrades. We now have a heat signature conceal ability, which would make you once again undetectable. I mean, man, boy, did they just create a problem and then sell you the solution. But that's kind of a good thing, because then that tells us now that at best, after getting shockwave attack, there's some other Batsuit attack ability that might unlock. So we could get this just to see if it unlocks something there. I don't think it would. It's probably way better to buy the Sonic Shock Batarang there and just keep on upgrading Batarangs. At some point we're going to get either 1 to 3 different upgrades here. And this could just be upgrades for your hacking device, or it could be other upgrades, but we're at least making some progress now where we kind of know that there can't be that much new. And then looking at the subway or the amusement or any of the rest of that doesn't really matter. We are only interested
How do you
in
protect yourself when it's raining bullets?
like finding, I guess, these penguins and finding these two.
Can anyone top the penguin when it comes to the full VIP treatment?
Like 2 more riddles and several more Riddler trophies, which does give you the feeling that you almost could get everything here. And it would be a little irritating if we came back as Catwoman and did the museum area, only to really find that Catwoman couldn't pick up any stray Riddler trophies. We're very close here. If I get one more Riddler trophy here and find one more penguin thing, then we could get a full row, excluding the Catwoman thing, which I don't know if that really means anything. It seems to indicate something would unlock, but I don't know if that's just a lot of experience or if that's something else of importance. And yes, of course, we didn't do any of the side missions, nor did finding any of the Riddler trophies and things inside the museum lead to more things getting marked on the map as far as the overworld, which it definitely feels like when we get back to the overworld, we'll have maybe at least one new thing to do. Otherwise, there's going to be some weirdness, certainly. Some major weirdness. Just trying to run around once again with... I mean, we might as well just move the story forward if that's the case. And it does definitely feel like our health has upgraded itself way more than us upgrading our health. So, I imagine you would have gotten HP upgrades just playing the game and playing it in a speedrunning fashion, trying to just do the main story, to the point where the actual armor upgrades may not be as useful as it seems. Anyways, it's been another hour. This game is not really still found a good pace. Like I said this in the first couple hours of playing this game, and it's still very much the case now. It's very awkward. It's kind of slow. You get into one room, and maybe there's something to do in that room, but maybe there isn't. Maybe you have to find your own fun just looking for Riddler trophies and taking pictures and just looking at the environment. And the environment looks decent enough. It's not the greatest looking game by any means, but it looks decent enough. Unfortunately, you have to be in detective mode well over half the time if you're actually trying to play the game and find any collectibles. So that ruins your experience. Meanwhile, the fights are generic. The puzzles are better than the first game, slightly, but that's about it. And it's still very just slowly paced. I kind of wish this was a game that was much closer to a 15-hour game than a 30 to 60-hour game. We'll have to really see how long it actually goes, but if this had just guaranteed 15 hours in the first, at maximum, you could have had a much faster pace. And it definitely makes an argument that the Telltale Batman games might be the better Batman games because they just get to the meat of the dish a lot faster. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.